Hello, welcome to ThePrint. My name is Amana Begum Ansari, and this week I have written my article on the Gulmarg show and the outrage happening over this fashion show due to the Ramzan month. The fashion show by duo designers Shivan and Naresh in Gulmarg, specifically during the holy month Ramzan, has started controversy that has now reached the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. This is a region which is with a Muslim majority population, and that event has been met with the criticism, with some religious figure calling it nothing less than a cultural invasion. So the display of skin showing model on the runway during this sacred month basically has led to this steer this kind of reaction, demand for legal action for those who are responsible for the hurting sentiment and make them accountable. The gravity of the situation can be understood only with the fact that the chief minister of Jammu Kashmir has to intervene and give the order to of inquiry into this matter, that serious this issue is for the Kashmir. And the reality of the public sentiment in India is more than emotional response. In many cases, it sets the boundaries of the discourse, like it defines what is acceptable and what is seen a step too far. And this is not unprecedented. Community value holds weight, and their influence extend far beyond mere public opinion. However, while accepting this ground reality of India, I also want to advocate for being more tolerant towards each other. When someone realizes that their action have hurts people's sentiment and makes an effort to apologize or make any kind of amendment, should they not be forgiven? That's basically what I'm trying to explore through this article. So now the designer duo, after realizing the controversy, after realizing how they hurt the sentiment, they have issued a formal apology expressing their deep regret for the hurt caused by their fashion show during this month. And still, for some, this kind of gesture and apology is not enough. They want further action to be taken, something more concrete than remorse, basically. And it reveals a bigger issue in a country where cultural and religious sensitivity are deeply embedded in the public life and society. Is there ever going to be a path of genuine reconciliation? So if we talk about how important religious sentiment and the public sentiment in India, we can just simply look at the policy which is based on this respecting sentiment. It's so important that it's the way India function. It's a foundational value basically upon which Indian society has been built upon. It's an unspoken rule to navigate public life, but the same time, where we gonna draw line? The same thing, the same outrage always lead to the punishment, even when remorse is genuine, is the question. So then acknowledging mistake, expressing regret, and promising to not repeat it, trying to make amends should count for something, or this should be enough end for someone who made a mistake. Are we becoming a society which refuses to forgive and insist on dragging every mistake on unending cycle of outrage, which is stuck in endlessly replaying the same script of punishment and retribution? However, we have seen something similar in the case of Ranveer Alabadia, I would like to mention here, where his one crass misjudged joke has led to such a backlash that so intense that he is being treated like a real dangerous criminal, and the outrage hasn't stopped at just the criticism and demand for legal action. It also extended to his family, where his parents are facing the real life consequences at hands of a few, but they are facing it. So he has offended people's sensibility, but what is unfolding now shows that there is enough way forward for him and Samay Raina, at least not immediately. And that's what kind of society we want to build for our next future. That's the question. And we already have the policy based on sentiment. It's not just limited to individual. Like some many time they defined government decision and policy, like declaration of the dry day and restriction on meat sales during the Ram Mandir inauguration, and a lot of state government has participated in that rule to not sell alcohol in the meat, even they were nowhere nearby Ayodhya, just in the respect of the Hindu sentiment. So we I mean, we already have a lot kind of consideration, and our decisions shaped by the religious and cultural consideration. Basically, if we go in the history, in the 1832, Parsi people even led a riot famously known as the Bombay dog riot, where cities commercial center went to stand hell after British extended a law permitting a killing of a stray dog. It offended Parsi community, so it's not the new thing. We have had it on our DNA. In April 2022, the mayor of East South Delhi has asked to non-vegetarian shop to remain shut during the Navratri, and the reason was that the most people do not consume non-vegetarian during that festival. Even that was not official order by the civic body, but it was practically implemented. Similarly, we have seen that All India Vakchot AIB at the center of the controversy over their live roast show, and they issued unconditional apology to the Christian community for their remark. So there are so many such a law we can see around so many community to not offend their sentiment. So this is not unprecedented. This is the reality of India, and we do accept it, that India has always been a country where faith and sentiment matter. And while some view this action as a respect for tradition, others see them as example of how religious sensitivities shape public life. If someone want to argue against that, that's fine, but I am arguing something very different, that there are state imposed prohibition, even temporarily, which has become norm for religious observance. We are doing everything to respect sentiment of all the Indian community, and we do understand a country so diverse like India, there this kind of sentiment and respecting them matter. It also become a way to navigate the public life, and we have to strike a balance between faith governance and personal choice. That's the reality. But when public sentiment is hurt, and civil society do expect that person responsible must apologize and make some kind of amendment, and when the person happens, the person is issuing the apology, it's not enough for some people. When no path of redemption seems available, are we creating a society where one mistake define a person forever, or can we embrace more just approach, one that acknowledge that offense is there but also allows room for remorse, growth and redemption? If not, then what kind of future we're going to build for the nation and our future generation? Thank you. For more such a video, please keep watching The Print.